Question is, how do I forget my ex? Now that's an interesting question because the truth is you cannot forget your ex. What that means is you behave or you want to live like they never existed in your life. Some people who walked into our lives, we will never forget them for the rest of our lives. We may forget some things they like, forget certain things about them, but because we created and shared memories with them, it becomes difficult for us to totally forget about them. Even years when you're married, when you have children, when you have moved into another country or to another state, you don't forget about them. So asking about how to forget your ex, it's a question that I want to answer carefully. Rather, I would say you should ask, how do I move on after a failed relationship, or how do I move on from going back to my ex? My first response would be, number one, you need to stop dwelling on the memory. When people get into relationship, they create memories, they share memories. When they break up, whatever holds you bound to that person most of the time are the memories that you created and shared together. So you need to stop dwelling on those memories, the things he or she said, the things he or she liked, the way he or she liked to do things. Stop replaying those memories in your head. Number two, let it go. Now, I am an advocate of when the relationship is dead and is gone, let it go. Especially when you know that that person has moved on into another relationship. You also have to move on with your life. So let it go. Number three, be active. Life is so much fun to be living in the past and wake up each day crying and wishing that something never happened. There's so many beautiful things that you can take charge of. Be active. Get up each day pursuing purpose, pursuing goals, pursuing results. If you get your mind into being active, you won't be thinking about it. Well, maybe if you think about it, it won't have as much impact as if you were not doing anything. Number four, I like this particular one very much, is avoid contact. If you know that bumping into this person, whether at work or in your neighborhood, brings back sad memories and makes you go back again to cry, then you want to avoid contact. In fact, sometimes I say things like, why don't you get off WhatsApp chats with them, get off Facebook? Because you would always have the temptation to go check their status, check what they're doing. Now, that leads me to number five. You need to stop stalking. Stop stalking. Stop checking on their status, checking on what pictures they are posting, who they are hanging out with. It just wounds you the more. So, in order to move on, you want to block them off for now while you are getting healed. Now, don't get me wrong. That does not mean that sometime in future you don't want to see them and smile, but you are in the process of getting healed, and in that process you want to put them aside. Now, find your worth and love yourself. If you break up a relationship, it means that someone saw something nice in you and they shared their life with you. Look at that. There's something good about you. There's something worthy about you. Focus on it. Number seven, have fun. Have loads of fun. Life is full of fun. You can't deprive yourself of so much fun just because someone walked out of your life. I'm sure you have some other friends that you can have fun with. Number eight, pick up the lessons. Why didn't this relationship work? What did I do wrong? What should I have done wrong? It's not enough to look into that partner, your ex, and think that, well, they did all the things wrong and they are the ones that are at fault. You are also not perfect. Pick up the lessons so that in your next relationship, when you see those signs, you know that they are red flags. Number five, volunteer. Volunteer, be helpful to humanity. Now, the real worth of a person does not just come from falling in love, it comes from being helpful to humanity, being kind, helping other people, putting smiles on your face. And number 10, love God. Fall in love with God first. If you're looking for a God-fearing partner, the place to start is to fall in love first with God. When you're so immersed in love, when the person comes and they see that you're so much in love with God, they will have no choice but to be in love with God before they can be in love with you. And lastly, be expectant. Live life with expectation. You never can tell when the right one will walk your way, and then it will be for happily ever after. I'm going to come your way again for more Q&A. Stay tuned.